Hola, mi nombre es Tamara Sandoval y Pereyra y vengo de Bariloche, en Argentina.
Welcome to the second edition of aaimba Conversations. My name is Felix Adumata-Damko, and today we are here with Tamara Sandoval. I have problems pronouncing that name.
You can call me Tammy.
Yeah, Tammy. Okay, we're here
my
with
name
Tammy.
Is long.
So welcome to aaimba Conversations. Today we are here to talk about you, to talk about your art, to talk about your personality, and where you come from, and of course the reason why you decided to do art, why you decided to go to that profession. And the first question that I really like to ask everybody who I'm talking to about art is, why do you do art?
Oof.
What's the reason?
Well, first, thank you for all being here, for coming to my studio. And why? It's really tough. I think it's like a very cliche answer, the one that I'm going to give you, but it's like I can't imagine myself doing anything else. It's like, if it's not this, what, you know?
What else?
I would be working in a call center or suffering the system lifestyle.
Yeah.
So for me, it's being an artist is something that comes completely natural.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not you would say it's not something you decided to do. It's something that it's within you.
Yeah, totally.
And
it's like, it was like one day I discovered that doing this, you can kind of stop time, you know. Well, you are also an artist, so you know, and once that you feel that, it's like
you have to go for it. There's
you
no
have to
other
do
way.
it. Yeah, you have to do it.
I understand it. So tell us about your uprising. Tell us where was you born? I mean, you just said it in Spanish, I guess, right? You can tell us what you just said in Spanish.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry.
So I come from Bariloche. Bariloche, it's a small city in the region of Patagonia. That's the south of Argentina. It's pretty far away.
Yeah.
It's like 11,000 kilometers from here, maybe 12.
Wow. Quite a distance.
Yeah. The landscape, it's similar to, I don't know if you have the image of Canada with big lakes, mountains.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it's like a great paradise.
Yeah. So what brought you here? I mean, it's a great paradise, and you left it.
I was looking for something different. You know, as an artist, if you don't have the possibility to meet new people and to be like incentive or motivated by other people, other stuff happening, you can get stuck and too much in your mind. That's a problem that I have myself. Not a problem, but you know.
I understand.
So I lived 6 years in Buenos Aires. That's the capital of Argentina. A huge city, a lot of things going on, lots of great artists, musicians, painters. It's like amazing, but it's huge. It's too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
And then, like 3 years ago, I came for the second time to Berlin. It was summer. My sister was already living here. And I had such an amazing time. I almost stayed that time. I didn't want to leave.
Berlin's quite different, right?
Yeah, but it has like a nice balance between this urban city lifestyle and also nature and the huge parks.
Yeah.
And also the buildings are not like huge, super tall, you know.
You can see some skies.
So with family, friends, it sounded like a nice plan.
A nice place to be.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Can you paint us your way tell us more about your youth. Where do you go to school? I mean, you go. I guess you've gone to school in Argentina. But have you studied arts, or have you done anything?
No, at the beginning when I finished school, this was in 2005. I left to Buenos Aires to study traditional animation, you know. but I was super young and stupid, and I got scared about my capacity of drawing like human figure. I felt like all my classmates were so much better than me.
Was lack of confidence or
lack of confidence, too young, you know, you don't know yourself, you're like comparing you too much. So I did it for 1 year and I didn't continue. I changed to landscape design. I study, I finish it. I really like working with plants and design, architecture. I really enjoy it, but life took me to another road back, and I ended up working, producing cultural events, parties, exhibitions for myself and for other artists. That's what I did between the time that I finished studying and the time that I came here.
Okay, so you studied also in Argentina?
Yeah, in Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires, okay, beautiful. So what was this decision apart from having a nice city and having this nice area here in Berlin? What was the decision for you to say, okay, I want to go, I want to leave I mean, I don't know if you have family over here, I don't know if you...
my sister lives here, she has a daughter. And the reason why I left,
in general, what was your point where you said, okay, I'm going to leave?
Well, I was turning 30. It's like a pretty, I don't know how old are you, but it's an 31. Age that you're like, okay, I'm 30 already, I need to, move. Any risk that I want to take, it's like now or never, you know, like on your 30s. That's what how I felt. So yes, I was in Bariloche, just turned 30, and I was like, I don't have any kids, I'm totally free. Argentina is not the most economical and social stable country in the world, so I found an opportunity by coming here.
So it was nothing like, it was some kind of an emotional step to go, and also a financial way to say, okay, go. I need to leave. So okay, that's nice. So as you arrived here in Berlin, what was your first jobs or anything? What do you do as an artist?
My first job was so random, and it was a super cool job. I still work with that people. I work as a set dresser. No, sorry, as a helping hand for a German movie, Traumfabrik. It was filmed in a huge studio it's in Potsdam.
Babelsberg.
And that was my first job. I got it through a friend of mine that she was living on Canada. She shared me a post on Facebook that one guy that he was doing an internship for this movie. They were looking for helping hands. And they called me, and that opened a really big door, because I still work with the same people. They always call me when they are working in films projects, and it's really fun because it's always something new. You are like decorating the sets, working with props. If you have to build like a kids room, you are with the toys. If you have to build a kitchen, you build the kitchen. So it's very funny, and that was my first job.
Okay, nice.
I passed for a lot of other jobs in my life. It's not like I'm always like, I'm an artist, I'm super successful.
But the other thing that I really like to ask everyone or every artist is that as an artist you are doomed also to somehow be with yourself and be alone. And think of different things and think of different concepts you want to express. So how do you deal with your own lonesomeness? How do you create the space around yourself so to be in that creative state? And how do you also get out of it again so you can have like community around you?
Nice question, because yeah, totally. I think that artists, we are kind of loners.
Yeah.
And it's tough because also we need to be super connect with
Yeah.
other people to be happy.
Yeah.
That's something that I learned.
Yeah. To get that balance is quite hard.
Yeah, exactly. So sorry, what was the question?
First question is how do you deal with your own loneliness? How do you create that loneliness in order to create
it's
works?
a rhetorical question, because actually I deal with my loneliness by painting or doing like creative stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like
But what I meant is like if you have friends here in Germany or in Berlin,
yeah,
and of course they want to see you, and of course you want to see them too, and some often or sometimes either you say, okay, no, I'm not available, I cannot make it, or are you always trying to see them, or do you tell them, no, I need to be in my space in order to create what I want to create?
I think I need to tell them that I need to see them more often.
So and
I think I'm still learning how to get out to the world and really be open and vulnerable with with my work. You know, it's not easy to trust yourself enough to show your things, your stuff.
But you have to. I mean, you have a lot of things on.
Yeah,
on your website
I do it, but it's not easy, and I understand why so many people doesn't do it. Doesn't show what they do. Yeah. Because there's always this pressure that you have to be. Yeah. Or you have to have some certain level or whatever, and I think in that nonsense, so many things are lost. Yeah. You know.
So second question was, how do you get out again? I mean, is there a point where you say, okay, I've been in this room too much, I need to get out, I need to move out again? Or
yes, it's not like something that happened like in a specific moment. It's more like something that I learned with time. Yeah. Knowing that it's not healthy to be all the time by yourself. Yeah. It's not like mentally healthy. So you can already feel like when you need to be with some friends or your family, and it's super important to be connected with other people. So I think that it's important to have a inner life and to be connected with yourself. But yeah, the balance. Yeah. You can do it. You can do anything alone.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. I totally agree. So we are in a quite difficult situation right now. I mean, the whole world is in a quite difficult situation with the coronavirus. So how do you deal with this situation? How does it treat you? How do you get along?
Honestly, at the beginning, I didn't felt like it affected me that much. Because I could still I still was able to come to the studio. I try not to travel so much on the train, but I think that the quarantine here in Berlin wasn't as bad as other cities. Else, so in that scenario, we were pretty lucky. Yeah. And the only difference is that I'm not working. I was working on a film. And that stopped. Yeah. And also I had other jobs that they were cancelled or postponed. But yeah.
So what's your situation financially? I mean, are you surviving right now? I mean,
I'm surviving. Well, I got the help from the Berlin Bank or the German government. EBB, They were very efficient in the way of giving that help.
Yeah, happy for you.
Yeah, it was a really big relief, because with that money I think I can be without knowing what's going to happen, like 3-4 months, and after that, or starting looking for something new, reinvent yourself, selling a huge painting.
Yeah. That was going to be my next question, actually. I mean, how do you bring your how do you get to your customers? I mean, how do you have an galleries who you work with?
I'm the worst in that part. I know it's like the second level of the artist job, you know.
Yeah.
First, it's like, okay, I really enjoy this hobby. You want to bring it to the next level, so you start producing, and now you have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And you need to do something with those stuff, and it's something that I'm still learning.
Yeah.
The things that I sold in the past, it's always have been because someone have seen my work somehow, and they just wanted to buy some piece, but I'm terrible. It's like many friends of I have that they say, please sell me this drawing, and come to the studio and whatever, and everything is poof. And I never like step, I don't know how to say it, and I also at the end I always, to friends, I always, it's like, okay, you can take it. Just take it.
So you don't have a gallerist or a dealer who say, okay, good, I'm gonna promote your works, I'm gonna do it for you, and then
not for now. That's my next step.
That's the next step.
Now
Okay,
I've been here in Germany for 2 years.
Yeah.
It's been less than a year since I have the studio. The studio, how do you say permite? Me permitió like making bigger pieces, you know.
Okay.
That's what I really enjoy.
Yeah. I can see one. We're gonna talk about that one later. And this one, of course.
So that was the nice part of having a studio, to be able to produce. Also in Berlin, it's super difficult to be a painter because. But in my case, I was moving so much. You know, Berlin is a very unstable city in housing situation. So it's without a studio. Imagine having to move with all this stuff.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, I was like only little pieces of
small
paper,
ones, like
markers.
paper,
Exactly. All
yeah.
this, it's from when I just arrived to Berlin.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do big stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine. But I also saw on Instagram that you are trying to make these small ones also a bigger one. So they are just like a study, which we are going.
But now I run out of space for making more big ones. So,
so you need more space.
And also at the end, it's like it's you with all your paintings, you know, wherever you live, wherever you do.
Yeah,
so it's.
Of course.
The life of a painter, guys. It's not an easy profession.
Would you recommend it to anybody?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yes.
That's what I wanted
with
to
this
hear.
face. Yes.
That's
Do
what I
it.
wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear.
If you feel like you want to paint, I always thinking like, man, if I die tomorrow, if I'm in a hospital in a bed, I would regret not trying to do it, you know.
It's just like your answer to the why question. I love to ask this question because the magic is not in the question, but always in the answer. And you said it just right. I mean, you said it's in you, and you couldn't do without it. It doesn't matter which way you go, and it doesn't matter if you make money out of it. It doesn't matter if you have ultra big exhibitions or you get the recognition or not. It's something that's in you that you cannot.
No, it's about doing it without worrying about the result.
Yeah.
That's super important.
Yeah.
For the pleasure of doing stuff. Of like, there's no better feeling that to have an idea. It can be whatever you want, and to make it happen. Like, because that's the hard part of any creative work. It's like the ideas are super easy to have, but the hard part is actually doing the things.
Doing the things.
Not easy.
So, in what emotional state are you in when you're drawing? What is the kind of what kind of state are you in? So, is it a more happy one, more sad one, more angry one? Or can you explain it in the works? Let us make a stop here,
Yeah.
and we're gonna talk about it in your works. You can show us some of your works, and then we're gonna talk about it. So we're gonna move on to the second part of this episode, and we're gonna talk about her works and the way, or the emotional steps, or the emotional state that she's in when she's doing it. So we are still here with Tammy, yeah, you allowed me to call you. So this is the second edition of aaimba Conversations, and we're now going to talk about your works. I asked you about your emotional state that you're in when you're painting, or we want to know what's the idea behind your works. So
Yeah.
tell us more about this one. What's the name of this work? I mean,
This
it's a huge one.
Yeah, it's huge. It doesn't have a name yet. Well, actually, it could be called the capsule.
The capsule?
Yeah, and I was doing. My other paintings are very like brutal,
Yeah.
very chaotic.
Yeah.
So this time I wanted to make something more clean.
Okay.
And how I was telling you before, I was so frustrating of being working in such a little format that
Yeah.
I was like, whatever, fuck it,
Yeah.
I want to make it something huge, and I did it. This is the biggest painting that I've done.
Yeah.
It was the first time also that I made the frame by myself. It was a really good learning experience.
Yeah, I can believe you.
And yeah, this is the capsule. For me, it's a representation of like that you have inside, that you can explain it, but it makes you move forward to a goal, to something that you want. In this particular case, the main source of power was love.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, but it's not like particular this painting. It was like I had a huge crush on a girl, and it was something more platonic, but that feeling was so strong that made me build and create and do so many stuff, and it became like a force.
Yeah.
That I couldn't
you can't
believe, or it was like, wow, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, and in that moment, or for me in that moment, was for that. But it's always something different. Maybe for you, it's, I don't know, what do you like? What it's that you can explain, but maybe it makes you go with some person or to a place. The thing that we don't know what it is, but it is.
It's somehow it's there.
Yeah,
you cannot
exactly.
do anything.
So I felt like I needed to bring that out of me.
Okay.
Like it was very important to, I acknowledge that this is something that I don't know what it is, but it's super important in my life.
Yeah.
So what is it? And I started thinking about how did I imagine this, and the only thing that I could imagine was like a capsule of something floating in space.
Okay.
So basically that's this painting. So yeah, the emotional state, it was positive. It's the natural force that makes you go forward.
Yeah.
I have other works that are more
So what about the colors that you're using here? I mean, you have like.
Yeah, I
the
always
red,
have like a really I don't know how to say it. I always go for the strong, vibrant colors.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I really want to paint using pink,
Yeah.
for example,
Okay.
and this kind of blue.
Yeah.
I really like how they pop up.
Yeah. Okay. So it's somehow not random, but it's the colors that you feel most connect, or that you currently feel most
Yeah,
connected
exactly,
to.
because
not-
everything can change.
It can change, yeah.
It's nice
Yeah.
that we can change as an artist.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually I really like vibrant colors. Maybe because I don't know, I love cartoons.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Nice. I think this work is like for me as when I saw it first, I was questioning myself, what is she trying to tell me?
Yeah.
Or what message do I get? It didn't touch me in a way that I said, oh, okay, I fell in love with it within the first time that I saw it. But it's still when I'm standing in front of it and I see it all the way.
Size.
Yeah, the size. It's quite overwhelming, and I can imagine that it's huge, and I can imagine that there is a lot more to it than the simplicity that
There always
it
is
expresses.
more. Yeah.
And that's what I was asking myself all the time.
Yeah, and also I like that it's kind of perfect, but it's not.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like.
It's always like the perfect imperfection.
Yeah, I
right?
love imperfections.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was trying to, even though I'm using these super strong colors,
Yeah.
I wanted to do something more clean.
Okay. Perfect.
And this is my first attempt of doing something not so brutal.
Yeah. Something not so brutal. Okay.
Like, well, I don't have this.
In the
Like this, maybe this is more rough.
Yeah.
You know? Or
okay. Let's talk about this work first.
well, so this one, I was feeling. Actually, I was feeling very frustrated when I did it.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the privilege.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are privileges. Yeah, that's right.
That some people have and other people don't have.
Yeah.
And how in base of that, like the possibilities in your life change a lot.
Okay.
Like it's not the same if you were born a black woman in a third world country that if you're a, well, what we all know, a white man in or
Of course.
So yeah, I was feeling very frustrated because we all have like big dreams, and it's really sad when we feel like we, not that we don't deserve it, but that we are not going to get them because life gets tough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was feeling that way, like, man, I have so much dreams. I really want to go in that way. I don't want to feel the fear of the money or the any fear.
Yeah.
So yeah, I made this and I wrote a phrase here that it's not mine. It's from an actress that I really like, Lupita Nyong'o.
She's amazing.
She's amazing. I really like her way to that she speaks.
Yeah.
Her eloquence. And yeah, I don't remember where I saw it. She said like, no matter where you come from, your dreams are valid. I can imagine that for her probably was more difficult, of course. Yeah. But I think it's those words are very powerful because
they are.
Because no matter where you come from, your dreams are completely valid.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I still get question.
Yeah.
The first time I saw this image, I really thought that you were in a quite sad state.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you have a dead. I don't know.
A skull.
A skull. Yeah. A skull. That's what I was searching for. A skull on display, and something that looks like another skull, but also like an entrance to a building. To somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I was questioning myself, like, okay, and it's also the red colors that you use, the dark colors that you use, combined with this yellow color, it's somehow not really frightening, but also a state of
a bit creepy.
Yeah, that's a state.
Yeah, but I actually really like creepy things.
Okay.
So I always try to play with creepiness and these bright colors.
Yeah.
I think it's funny to be creepy with this, using these colors.
But I find it beautiful. I mean, it touched me, and the moment I read no matter where it came from, the dreams are valid. I already noticed that there is a positive mindset to it also. That this is not really a necessity. Like a deep dark space that you are in, but you are like freeing yourself from any
the feeling that I was feeling in the moment.
That's what I thought.
But it's like a creepy outcast skull. Maybe it's a little bit embarrassed because of the red cheeks coming from maybe a spaceship that we don't know where it comes from.
I mean, it's flying anyway, so it's gotta be a spaceship, right?
Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay.
You know, I do this because I'm not good explaining with words.
Don't worry.
Feeling,
that's why you're painting, right?
Exactly. But that's kind of what's going on under this painting.
This is really, I like this one very, very much because it's like it gives me an understanding of yourself, of that you are also the genuine work. I mean, you don't even care about perfection. I can see in your works that it doesn't play a single role in your works. You don't. It's not important for you to do that perfect pin stroke or pen stroke or anything like that. So what is the process when you start? I mean, are you just putting colors on the canvas? Are you starting and then the end product is going to be totally different, or is it?
It depends. It can go both ways. Sometimes I start sketching on paper and pencil, and that becomes like an idea.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just put a canvas on the floor, on the wall, and I just start doing whatever, and suddenly an idea comes from even the painting. So it's like not 50-50, but it can go either way, you know. Sometimes I think it a little bit more, and other times it's just something that appears.
Beautiful. The work that I would love to talk with you about, or that I would love to have a small explanation, is the blue one there in the
one with the skull?
Yeah, the one with the skull too. I like that one very, very much. So it's like,
okay, this doesn't have a very huge explanation.
Yeah.
I was heartbroken.
Yeah. Okay.
Like everybody does.
Yeah. I thought you were in love when you were trying to.
I was. That's why I was heartbroken.
Okay. So.
But I just called it "Doomed by the Love That I Received." You know, when you receive a lot of love.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work, and you still feel that love. That's so painful.
Yeah, that's quite. I know.
Yeah, I know that you know, and you probably know as well.
So this painting is called "Doomed by the Love You Knew."
Doomed by the Love That I Received.
That I received. Okay.
Yeah.
I like this work very much because it's so simple, and it's like you know, it's free of any bondages, you know.
And also it's the same. It's again like the creepy skull, but actually it's like funny and naive.
And also I like that you have so many hearts in it, and also that skull, because the skull stands for death or sometimes skulls can be funny. But also love stands also for renewal and also pain and everything that comes with it, and then you have this plain white as a frame, and this blue in the middle is like, I mean, this work really touches me in a beautiful way, in a certain way. So I like this one very, very much. So that's the back. So you do the
don't show it.
No, let me show it. Why not?
What? Don't show the back.
Okay, good.
No, you can show it, but I framed this myself and I did it really quickly.
So that's how
real quick. Edit this. No, don't put it.
You're gonna put it on. Perfect. But I like this one very, very much.
Thanks.
I think
that's nice.
I think this one is a museum piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And it's really nice when you are feeling sad or whatever, and you can actually do something about it.
Yeah.
You know, like to.
I mean, that's all we do, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, that's what we artists are about. I mean, we are expressing our feelings instead of talking about it or writing about it, right? That's it. Well, thank you very much for this presentation.
Welcome. No.
Yes,
can we do it again?
Yeah, it's totally right. So we.
Corona times?
We are still at Corona time, so we're gonna do the bump. Otherwise, I would have said, thank you.
Yeah. That's so sad. I miss hugging.
Yeah. We're gonna do it again. Hopefully soon. Soon it's gonna be over.
It was a pleasure having you guys in the studio.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching this episode, and this was Tamara Sandoval
y Pereyra.
I always have problems pronouncing that name, so it's better you do it. So thank you very much, and hopefully you're gonna watch the next episode, and I hope you're gonna be very successful whatever you want to do with your works, and you do a lot of progress along the way. So see you next time. Bye. Thank you.